What is up, Bodyweight exercise fans? It's early in the morning, I'm about to train, and in today's video, we're talking about the 7 habits of men who stay in great shape. This is episode 4 of my series Strong and Lean Over 30. If you haven't seen the previous ones, I highly recommend, so you can find those in the description below and the top in comment. And with that being said, let's jump right into the video. Having a standard time that you work out is crucial since it carves a habit deeply into your daily routine. So treat this time seriously, be respectful of it, and most importantly, make sure that the rest of the people in your life do so as well. Now, different times work for different people. For example, for me, it's crucial that I get my workout early in the morning. If you can't do your workout at exactly the same time every day, make sure you do it right after another fixed habit. This is also called habit anchoring, and it's also what I do nowadays. So right after I finish running in the morning, I do my workout. It's usually around 7 a.m., but some days it can be a little bit later, other days a little bit earlier. If you still miss a workout though, the following strategy is key. Never miss twice. I first read about this in James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, and what I like about the never miss twice rule is how it allows you to mess up once in a while without getting all self-resentful and most importantly, without falling into a rut. So as long as you make sure that you make the next one happen, don't worry about missing a workout once in a while. It's not something that dramatic, it's just life. Habit number 3 is keeping your kitchen a safe zone. Especially when it comes to nutrition, it's important to understand that self-discipline is not so much about personality, rather it's more about preparation and proper environment design. This is always something I do when I start coaching someone personally or when I start a bootcamp, for example. And in simple words, it means getting rid of anything that doesn't support your goals. Any type of junk food, any food that you binge eat on, and anything basically that isn't healthy or nutritious. Keep in mind that this doesn't mean that you have to eat clean the whole time. It just means creating smart barriers between you and foods that you don't need to really eat all the time. Habit number 4 is never skipping your warm-up. So warming up is one of the most efficient ways to stay injury-free in the long run. Plus, it also serves as a cool motivational trick to train when you're not feeling like training. For example, this was that kind of day for me. I woke up feeling tired. Later on, that translated into feeling lazy. And what I do during such days is I first of all remind myself that the warm-up is the hardest part, meaning if you get through the warm-up, usually you feel a lot better, you find it easier to train. And basically in my head, I only commit to that. So I only commit to doing the warm-up. I'll never skip warming up because I'm feeling lazy. And by committing only to the warm-up, the whole routine, your whole workout plan feels a lot easier. And what happens most of the times, I would say 99% of the times, is that once you get through the warm-up, the rest of the workout feels like a piece of cake. By the way, if you're looking for a short and efficient warm-up to do before your calisthenics routine, make sure that you check out the one that I recently uploaded. Habit number 5 is keep working on your slowest hiker. I want you now to think of your fitness goal as the top of a mountain and all of the habits required for you to reach that top as your team's hiking members. The thing is that even if 9 out of 10 of your members are great hikers, it only takes one problematic hiker to hold the whole team, meaning you, back. So one example of a nutritional slow hiker is when you eat from Monday to Friday, really healthy. So you're meeting all your goals, your protein intake, your calorie intake. But in the weekend, you completely mess up. You start binge eating, or you start, getting a ton of calories from cocktails and drinks and stuff like that. And in the end, one weekend is enough to completely mess up all of your progress during the rest of the week. So in my experience, for most people, there's typically one really slow hiker that is holding back the rest of the team. Once you get that dealt, you'll typically see that everything else will almost effortlessly fall into place by itself. And if not that, at least everything else will become exponentially easier. Finally, keep in mind that for most people, your slowest hiker will be your Achilles heel for the rest of your life. Even if you figure out a way to deal with it now, once you loosen up in the future, it will tend to resurface. So this is something you have to be always on the lookout for, always be proactive about it, and always be open to also figure out different strategies in the future, because even if a strategy worked in the past, eventually that might stop working, and therefore it's a good idea to just try different things.
Do it every day. Now, even if you're getting, let's say, for example, 3 hardcore workouts per week, that doesn't mean that you get to be inactive the rest of the week. Your body needs movement on a daily basis. The more of it, the merrier, especially as you're moving past your 30s, 40s, and beyond that. For example, today I'm having a day off. I'm not training, but I'm still making sure that I'm getting enough movement. I like to do uphill hikes on my days off, as I'm doing right now, because they also elevate the heart rate. And another great way to make sure that you're active on a daily basis are high-frequency calisthenics. As we mentioned in episode 3, I shared with you there a high-frequency calisthenics weekly blueprint. So make sure that you check that out. That's probably the most important episode of this series. Now, if you're wondering how much extra movement do I need, my recommendation is the classic 10,000 step mark per day, which is great. It's a great starter point. It is great for maintenance, but if your goal is fat loss, I would recommend a little bit more than that. I would recommend about 15,000 steps per day. That is my daily average as well, because I like to walk. Of course, if you've been quite inactive for a while, if you're averaging 3,000 to 5,000 steps per day, which is pretty common, don't jump right into 15,000 steps. Build it gradually. I would say add an extra of 1,500 steps per week, and focus again on consistency. Although this might sound counterintuitive, the best way to stick to a habit is by finding and focusing on the short-term benefits. The reason for that is that our primal brain likes to repeat mainly what generates instant rewards, and it's not a big fan of doing things that will, at some point in the long-term future, have a positive outcome. Especially when it comes to exercise, if you're constantly obsessing over that long-term goal, over that six-pack, over that beach body, eventually you run out of motivation, you end up frustrated and even resentful towards your own healthy habits. So my advice is to identify and focus on the daily positive benefits of training, things such as how your mood is better during the rest of the day, how you have more energy, how you are more focused, more creative, a better husband, a better father, and all that. This morning, for example, I woke up with quite some anxiety. I have a long day in front of me, and I knew that if I got my morning workout in, I would feel so much better. So I did my morning uphill sprints, and now I feel so much better. My head is more clear. I feel that I can focus on the rest of the day. I have more confidence, and that's the thing. Once you realize how powerful of a mental and physical supplement exercise is, you want to take it on a daily basis.
So those were the 7 habits of men who stay in great shape over 30. Keep in mind that my Strong and Lean Over 30 Bootcamp is beginning the coming week. This is where we put all the theory into practice from this series, the Strong and Lean Over 30 series. If you want to learn more about this bootcamp, you can check out the top pin comment below or the description of this video. But in a nutshell, the Strong and Lean Over 30 Bootcamp is about giving you detailed guidelines and a crystal clear plan to follow, having a coach to guide you every step of the way, and belonging to a community, a tribe of men who all share a common mindset and hold each other accountable. Although I call these boot camps, they are not about strict military discipline. Rather, they're about creating habits that are sustainable through small steps towards the right direction. Of course, this doesn't mean that the whole process will be a picnic. Real change, after all, always requires stepping a little bit out of your comfort zone. I'll be expecting you, therefore, to put in work to study some materials. And overall, I want men that are open to advice and men that are willing to share their obstacles and their struggles ahead of time, but also in the meanwhile maintaining a positive and proactive mindset. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on the Strong and Lean Over 30 Bootcamp, I hold these once or maybe twice a year. Subscribe to the Strong and Lean Over 30 newsletter. You can find a link about that below. This way, you'll be notified on the first day of fall, meaning this Thursday. You'll get a link, and through this link, you'll be able to register to the bootcamp. Keep in mind that this is a first come, first served kind of thing. You know, I'll be only accepting an amount of people that I can be attentive to. So once Thursday goes by, I'll be sharing the bootcamp with the rest of the world, with everybody else on this channel through my social media and all that. Plus, if you subscribe to my newsletter, you'll also get a bonus episode of the Strong and Lean Over 30 series with previous attendees, men who have gone through this bootcamp. Basically there you can see a whole bunch of reviews, of what people really think about this bootcamp. So if you want to learn more about all that, check out the top and comment below, check out the description, and until next time, keep on training.